Hi, once again, good morning. I'm here at Bishan Park, which is just across my church. And it's a wonderful morning. You can see the beautiful greenery around me. It's such a beautiful way to connect with nature and to feel the sense of all God's things, all created things. Each morning brings a freshness of His mercy that endures in our lives. We just appreciate that every morning bringing new mercies, Lord, from the Lord, and He hears our cry, and He will come to our relief. So today, I just want to tell you about my last session in the Bible study on Revelation. Today is a very special day because we are going to do a retreat to wrap up all the things that we have learned and all the lessons in the chapter of Revelation. The chapter of Revelation is a very special chapter because it gives images and the symbolic ideas of things to come. Written by John the Apostle when he was in Patmos, and it was this time that Jesus brought him up to heaven, to the throne, to see everything and to reveal to him. So in the book of Revelation, basically we started with all the letters of 7 churches. Well, the letters of 7 churches is actually reflections of all the conditions of even churches today. Some are lukewarm, and some are just moving away from God, and some are actually practicing the wrong things and all that. So basically, the whole book of all these letters are actually a praise, a reminder to what Jesus is to them, and as well as what are the commendation, as well as ideas for them to pursue and all that. So basically it reflects all the conditions of churches and congregation even today. So it's a very good way to understand where we are, how we stand in the sight of God, and what are the things that we can do to improve our chances, so to speak, with God. Yeah, to actually attract His mercy and to bring Him into our lives and all that. Yeah, and that's the first part. Then of course the second part is about the scroll, right? The scroll is sealed, and then only Jesus is worthy to open it. So at the rightful time, God will open through Jesus open the seal, and the seals are actually, the scrolls are the seals, 6 seals. You have the horsemen and all that. They're bringing all the different kind of calamities and judgment. So it's a start of all those judgment on the earth, whereas you have a white horse, and then the red horse speak of war. The black horse speak about several images of things to come that will affect our lives here. Yeah, those are the end times kind of event that will slowly unfold. Then we move on to the throne room, and John is taken up to heaven to see the things to come. And then of course you also understand that in the book of Revelation, you will talk about the seals, the trumpets, and the bowls. All these are the judgments that will actually come. And then when you put them together, then we'll start to understand the first Thessalonians about until the day of the Lord, the Harpazo, where the first resurrection of the saints will happen. But before that, Daniel also speak about the 70th week, which is the last week. Yeah, I mean, to the Lord, as written in the Bible, one day is 1,000 years is like one day. So basically, quite symbolically, even the Jewish rabbinic calendar is also based on from creation time of Abraham, from the creation time of Adam and Eve until now. Is 5786 years in the Jewish calendar. So basically, if you look at it, we are moving towards the 6,000 years, so to speak, of our this mortal earth. Yeah. So at the end times, we can see all these things unfold, where we can start to find the keys to unlock and understand the mystery of God, and all these areas that we can start to understand. So when we talk about the end times, we talk about the great tribulation. That's where the time of the seals, the trumpets, and the bowls of judgment of God will be on men here. So basically, at that point in time, we will see that there will be an abomination, there will be the beast, Satan, the false prophets, and the Antichrist, and all these all these people will be at play at that time and will be unfold. So how they will be defeated finally in the battle of Armageddon and all that, so that when Jesus will come back and reign again for the millennium, for 1,000 years, that's where everything is going to be so beautiful, you know. Now it's earth here and heaven on top, but in the future it's going to be heaven on earth, you know, a new Jerusalem. It's going to be because Satan will be defeated finally, you know. I mean, he'll be held finally. Firstly, maybe then for 1,000 years we will have the millennium peace. He will come out again to disturb and then to kind of sway the people in his evil ways and all that. But he'll be finally put into the lake of fire and sulfur. So that will be his final death, you know, after the end of 1,000 years. That's where Jesus will come back and reign, will come and judge, you know. That's the final part. Yeah. So we see, for example, in the Hapazo, when Jesus comes back in the second coming, there will be a first resurrection of the saints. But finally, in the final part, there will be a second resurrection of everybody. And that will be called for the judgment. That's a time where we have the book of life that will be open. And then if your name is not in the book of life, you will be thrown into the lake of fire. And once and for all, it's a final death. There's no more resurrection from that death. So that is the final part of the second resurrection. So in the end times, you know, Bible have said that we want to set eternity in our hearts, and all these are areas that we can start to understand why we need to live a life that is godly, and then to find ourselves worthy to find our name in the book of life, you know, so that we can finally be kind of resurrected in the second time, and then be in the new kingdom, you know, new kingdom of God, a new millennium, a new earth, a new heaven. It's so beautiful when God explained that in a new heaven and new earth, it's going to be here on earth. The entire earth will be destroyed. There's no more death, no more pain, no more suffering, no more hurt, no more. Everything is gone. So it's going to be so beautiful. It's mentioned it's a keep of 1,500 miles high in width and also in depth. So it's like a cube of paradise. You know, we are all going to be living in this place. There's no more pain, no more suffering, no more death. Everything is gone. So it's going to be so beautiful. You know. Even the walls are built on the foundation of the 12 apostles, and everything is so beautiful. Just like when we go back to the Bible now, as I told you, I'm in a park, Bishan Park. You can see that those are the trees around us. So tree of life is really a symbol. And then in the end time, even Ezekiel also speak about the water that will run to the Dead Sea, to give it life. You know, so trees and water are always a symbolic ways to look at how life will be at the end time. So just to give you a simple things to think about this morning, and I will catch up with you again shortly. Bye.